What's going on, everyone? CameronBlazeIt here, welcoming you to week 4 of the IPSA. I'm the coach of the San Antonio Salmondits, and today we are taking on Miguel and the Washington Flygons. They are currently 1-1 because they have not played a match yet due to scheduling issues, I'm assuming. And we are 3-0. We are currently sitting at the top of the league, top of our division as well. Miguel is second in his, so he's looking for a win right now. This is going to be our team builder / battle because I just haven't had the time to make this, basically. It's been a while. We're going to run over his team really quick. He's got a Braviary. It's really hard on that base 123 attack. It's sheer force, so things like, I don't know, crush calls, it's best like physical move to use. That is normal. Outside of that, like return, it gets, pretty sure it gets facade, so you can run like a bulkier set and try to get burned or something along those lines. Retaliate, I've seen before, it hits very hard, but aside that, not too big of a threat. He's got a Doublade. I 100,000% expected him to bring this Doublade, just because it checks my Mega Altaria fairly decently, especially with the Eviolite. His defense gets really boosted, can set up a Sword Stance and a Sweep. Other than that, it's relatively slow, so not too scared about that. He's got an Escavalier, also a very... If he doesn't bring Doublade, he's bringing Escavalier. That's what I told myself. Very bulky, 105 defenses, 70 HP. Typically ran Assault Vested or Oka Berry, so it can live a Fire Blast from my Mega Altaria. Gets things like Iron Head, Knockoff, Mega Horn, Drill Run, just the name Aerial Ace. Can just name off a few. Hits really hard with its base 135 attack, but again, relatively slow with a big quad weakness. He's got a Florges, very bulky Pokemon. Very hard to work around because this thing can set up Calm Minds and Sweep, or it can be a Cleric, so you gotta predict which one he's gonna bring. I expect the Cleric one this week. And if he brings Calm Mind, we're gonna be in a little bit of trouble. So, yeah, it's all good in the hood. Next he has a Hippowdon. Another thing that we need to watch out for because of it, I feel like Hippowdon's more diverse than people realize. It can be like a max... Oh, what's this? I found something just now. Sorry. It can be like a very Assault Vest, like Wall Breaker, because it does have a base 112 attack, but it's typically good when like Stealth Rock, Slack Off, Earthquake, and Coverage. I'm expecting him to bring Iron Head just because it hits my Mega Altaria super effective. That's my only reason. Again, he's got a pretty slow team so far, but he does fix that pretty well with a Hydreigon. It's not the fastest thing in the world, but it is still pretty fast. With a 125 special attack, gets in 105 attack, so this thing can be like mixed. It gets like Head Smash, it gets Flash Cannon, Draco Meteor, Dark Pulse. This thing's going to be really hard to swap into. Hydreigon and his Mega are two really things that I'm going to have trouble swapping into. Even the team I built, just because I don't have swap-ins, basically. So that's his first 6. To go over his next 6, he has a Mega Lopunny, probably the best Mega in the format. Don't know what I'm gonna do, how I'm gonna handle it. Basically, it does have 136 attack, 135 speed. It's very fast, gets scrappy, so Miss Magius cannot swap into it. If we chose to bring it, no two things can be dual resisted, and in my opinion, the best swap into this thing is a Giratina, and we don't allow that. So. Shoutouts to that. Up next, he has a Rapidash. Don't expect it. He might bring like a Flash Fire Rapidash just to throw off my Entei, but I don't expect it. 100 attack, 105 speed. Gets like Flare Blitz, Wild Charge, Drill Run. Didn't know it got filled. Drill Run. Gets Mega Horn, Poison Jab. So it does have options, but I don't expect it. And next he has a Roserade. He's used Roserade very well this season. Got 4 kills in one match, I believe, in the first match it was brought. 125 special attack, 105 special defense, so it's very specially bulky, but cannot take a hit from the physical side. Technician, Hidden Powers, it gets Sludge Bomb, Giga Drain, so we have to watch out for that. It does hit Mega Altaria super effectively, so again, gotta watch out. Next he has a Seismitoad. Seismitoad's very bulky, 105 HP, 75 in the defenses, 85 special attack, so... I don't expect him to bring it. I feel like he'll bring his Stoutland, which is next, but I don't expect Seismitoad. I mean, it does kind of match up against our Gastrodon 1-on-1, but I did not expect him to bring it. Up next, he has a, like I said, Stoutland. I was running a calc, and you'll see why this is like this, like how it is. Does get 3 really good abilities: and Intimidate, Sand Rush, and Scrappy. He has 2 Scrappy users. 110 attack. This thing is actually way better than I think people realize. In the sand, this thing can just sweep teams, and I've done it countless times, and it's can hit really hard. It also can be like an Intimidate, Wall Breaker. It can be a Scrappy. I've used Scrappy, Facade, Stoutland or not Scrappy Facade. I use a Scrappy Superpower Stoutland with a Choice Band to kill Oko and Mega Sableye. So if you're trying to figure out how to Oko Mega Sableye, there you go. That in return, just blow it back. Return to 2-Co Superpower, has a chance to Oko. It's just great. Yeah, so max speed, Stoutland hits 284, so we have to look out for that. And finally, as a Thunderous Incarnate, this thing can just wall break like crazy. 101 speed, 145 special attack, 105 speed, so it does outspeed our Entei if he runs max speed, so we need to be careful of that. And Thunderbolt is going to hurt because this thing's special attack is insane. I fully expect them to bring it. Yeah, so what I think he's going to bring, definitely Mega Lopunny, either Doublade and Escavalier, Florges Hippowdon, Hydreigon, and Stoutland. He might swap one of those out for Thunderous Incarnate. Those are the 6 I predicted, and this is what I built for it. Up first, if you remember, the number was 284, and we are bringing our Excadrill with a 252 in attack, 64 HP, 192 speed, Jolly Nature. Excadrill cannot like physically reach 295 on its speed. Like, I'm gonna lower it just one time, and it just skips over 295. Don't know why, but it does. So this is a speed crept Excadrill for the Stoutland if he brings it, because then if he brought it and it had superpower, it would have Oko'd me. So we prepped for that. Swords Dance, Earthquake, Ironhead, Rock Slide. We bring basically the same Excadrill every single week, but it's proven to be worthy so far. Up next we have Sacred Art Entei, Sacred Fire, E-Speed, Stone Edge, Ironhead. This thing can just blow through his entire team. This thing's main purpose is to wall break, and I believe in its ability to do so. So shoutouts to that. We're rocking the Adamant Nature, and because we have the E-Speed, I brought the E-Speed just in case we hit in a pickle and need to E-Speed sweep at the end. So hopefully he doesn't have a Fire or Ghost type, or a Steel or Ghost type at the end. Alright, this is where my set get interesting. You obviously Electros, Assault Vest, Superpower, Giga Drain, Fire Punch, Rock Slide. This thing was meant to speed creep a Escavalier, I believe. Yeah, Escavalier, I believe. Let me check real quick, because I can't honestly remember what I sped crept for. It's been a while since I made this team. It was I think it was a Hippo. Yeah, we sped crept the Hippo actually. So for the Giga Drain, just in case like it came down to that, because I needed to run mix Electros, but at the same time I needed to not get outsped by things like the Hippo, so he doesn't find out we're mix early on, if that makes sense. So that was my reasoning for putting 40 in speed and then running the Brave Nature. Got the max HP, 148 in attack, Rock Gun, 68 in special attack. Giga Drain's not going to be doing a lot to Hippo, but it allows us to outstall it if it does not have Toxic, which, I mean, it very well would, but it's probably going to be missing out then on either Stealth Rocks or Ironhead for our Mega Altaria, so I wasn't too worried about it because it needs Earthquake. Superpower, again, Oko's Mega Lopunny. Giga Drain does like 40%, so we can whittle down the Hippo for our Altaria or Excadrill, and Fire Punch for his 2 Steel types, and Rock Slide for his, what's it called, Rapid Dash and his Thunderous Incarnate. We can live hits from the Thunderous Incarnate. Now, Rapid Dash actually can do more than to us, because with a Flare Blitz if it's Choice Banded, so we need to look out for that. If he does bring it, but like I said, I do not expect him to bring it. I'm just adjusting my seat. I am sorry if that was loud, but it's all good. Now next we have Godzilla, our Tyranitar, on the Smooth Rock, Sandstream, Stealth Rocks, Dark Pulse, Stone Edge, Ironhead. This thing, again, get up Stealth Rocks as early as we can, and then save it for the end. Dark Pulse, Stone Edge, Ironhead just hits the majority of his team. Dark Pulse is there honestly for the Hippo, because, and the Doublade, because Doublade has like buttered special defense as well as Hippo, and this will just hit him the hardest. Stone Edge is for his 2 things weak to it, Rapidash and Thunderous Incarnate, and Iron Head is for his Florges, so it doesn't set up on us. Yeah, that's all I got for that. Up next we have Cindy the Gastrodon, rocking a max HP, max defense with Protect, Recover, Scald, Earth Power. This thing is meant to, one, take a fake out for Mega Lopunny, make him feel like he is safe, and then him high jump kick us after on our Protect, and then we can either Scald or we can just adjust from there what we think he's going to do. Scald Earth Power just for general stab. Can't really do much with Thunderous Incarnate, but we are not going to stay in against the Thunderous Incarnate because we're not Rendo Berry this week. Shoutouts to that. Recover just for our natural recovery, such as Storm Drain, so we can take on the Seismitoad better. And finally, we have Nimbus the Mega Altaria, rocking the King DDD stance again because honestly, it's worked out. I mean, it doesn't show. Altaria hasn't gotten kills, but it's like been forcing opponents to make interesting plays, and that's honestly why it's here, is to make opponents make interesting plays, and then, you know, oh lord, I gotta take this. Oh, okay, hold on. Alright, I am back. I apologize for that. I had a phone call, so hopefully you chose to skip over that, and yeah. So I'm just going to start over on Mega Altaria. Oh yeah, it hasn't gotten many kills this season. I think it's gotten 2 so far in 4 weeks, but it's like breaking down some walls, and that's honestly what I need Mega Altaria to do, is to kind of like chip down things for Excadrill or Tyranitar or whatever wants to sweep that week. So that is our team. Again, we have Excadrill, Entei, Electros, Tyranitar, Gastrodon, and Mega Altaria. So we are going to swap on over to our other battle. Oh, what? Yeah. Hold on. There we go. Let's swap to this one. There we go. All right. Sorry for all of that. I just panicked basically. So all right. So he brings the Escavalier, Hippowdon, Seismitoad, Mega Lopunny, Florges, and Hydreigon. So kind of what I was expecting. I mean, Thunderous Incarnate I felt like was more, Thunderous Therian, I mean, was probably more of a thought brine than the Seismitoad. I felt like Doublade would have been a better bring than Escavalier, but that's just me. It does bring Mega Lopunny, Florges, Hippowdon, and Hydreigon, kind of like I said those four. I felt like were definite brings just because Hippo Florges is very, very good. As a wall core, because one's very physically bulky, one's very specially bulky, kind of resist each other's weaknesses pretty well, so shout out to that. I remember that I led with our Electros because, again, I just wanted to try to get a big hit off, try to predict the Seismitoad lead, get a Giga Drain off. We would have outsped the Hippowdon, so I would have gotten like 30% off as he set up Stealth Rocks, meaning he'd be down to like he'd be down 60% as soon as I started. So I decided to lead with my Electros, and he leads with his Hydreigon. So not the most, I mean, not the worst lead on my part, but he clicks U-turn as I click Superpower, predicting him to drop a Draco, but he doesn't. He goes to Hippowdon. So I could have Giga Drain here, but like a Stone Edge would have hurt, and I need to stay up as much health as I can. So I think I swap to Tyranitar here. No, I swap to Gastrodon because I can live any hit, as he just goes for Stealth Rock, so I could have predicted that, but I don't. So right here is where I click Scald, because he doesn't have a great swap in. No, I predicted this and went back into Electros. I don't click Scald yet. I predicted this and went back into Electros because we had the Giga Drain, as he's going to make a swap to Hydreigon. I almost clicked Superpower there, but I felt like revealing Giga Drain right then and there. Predicting the Hippo swap is where it needed to be. So I'm going to swap the T-Tar on this Hydreigon because we're taking like 40% from a Draco Meteor, and then we can do whatever. But he actually just U-turns, so pretty smart on him. He's going to go out into his Mega Lopunny, so we're going to have to make another swap here. So our team's already getting a little whittled down pretty faster than I'd like. But I just go to Gastrodon on the Fake Out, and you're going to see just how little it does. It does like 20% and just 16. So I click Scald here. I don't click Protect yet. but he's going to swap out into the Escavalier, and it's going to get burned. So we're going to pause before I do anything. So this thing's burned. We are a bulky Mega Altaria, and I'm actually predicting the knockoff right here because I was like, everything needs its item. Because he has no reason to Iron Head right here, or whatever, because I don't have anything weak to steal yet outside of T-Tar. But I'm not going to go to T-Tar. So I was like, everything I have needs its item for it to work properly, so I'm going to go to Mega Altaria. We're going to swap to Mega Altaria. And we are a very, very bulky Mega Altaria. You're going to see this knockoff does 10%. And so I was calcing, hear this, Iron Head does like 30% max now that he's burned because of our set. So you can kind of tell where this is going to go. I'm just going to roost stall him because I need to be as much health as I can. Iron Head did 37%. That's it. And that's super effective stab off a base 1, like what is it, 25 attack? So I'm going to, with the Sandstorm, I'm going to get whittled down very fast, but I needed to keep stalling this thing out until all the Sandstorm turns are down, and then I can return kill this thing. It wouldn't have killed yet. If I returned here, the burn would have taken him out, most likely, unless I got Mineral. Because right now, I could return and kill him, guaranteed, so unless I got the 21% roll, and it was like 1% off. So I'm just going to keep roosting. I click return right here, and the Escavalier is going to drop. So, looking at a swapping, Mega Lopunny could have Iron Tail, Hippowdon could have Iron Head, Florges could Moonblast me, Hydreigon could have Flash Cannon, Seismitoad could have Ice Beam. So I have to be careful on what I do and see what he does. We're going to hit Resume. He goes to Mega Lopunny, and he's going to click Fake Out. And I can live an Ice Punch here. I cannot live an Iron Tail. So what I'm going to do is just straight return as he actually swaps to Hippowdon, which is best case scenario for me. Because I was calcing, Iron Head's going to do like the same as an Escavalier Iron Head. Maybe a little less, except for he has Ice Fang and he misses this one. I kind of feel bad because that kind of does, I mean, it doesn't matter because watch how little, oh wait, you won't see how little it does. I mean, I wouldn't have to Dragon Dance that turn. I would have had to roost up and then start Dragon Dancing, but it does 25% max. It does 25%. So I literally could have just kept Dragon Dancing because it doesn't even do 25% every single time. So I don't know if you can tell where this is going to go. But I'm just going to get to +5 so I can OHKO this freaking Hippowdon just so he doesn't have an extra chance to freeze me. Even though he could have frozen me any of these turns, I was like, I don't want to risk it. I need to get to plus everything. Set up a Dragon Dance here. He's going to Ice Fang. At this point, I'm just roosting up to be able to live a Fake Out plus Quick Attack from Mega Lopunny if one of them crit. Because I didn't want this moment to be ruined. So yeah, I just have to click Return 5 more times. That's all I told myself was 5 more returns and you're good. He clicks Fake Out, it does only 16%. If that would have crit, and then he got a crit Quick Attack, I was like, I'm probably going to get double crit, I don't want to risk it. So, Seismitoad drops, so Mega Altaria is now at 3 kills. He's going to go to Mega Lopunny. He's going to click Fake Out again, and we're down to 44%. So it means we can live 2 more Fake Outs. So, but he realizes this, and I don't think he realizes there was no way for him to win at that point. Now that Ice Fang miss kind of didn't matter. I say the one thing that did matter was the burn on Escavalier, because then I was able to stall it out. But like the Ice Fang miss, all it meant was it would be 32 turns instead of 31. Like that's literally all it was, honestly. But what can you do? Not literally, I can't. It's like Ice Fang, I don't know why it can miss, but it does. I feel like Iron Head would have been a better brain. It would have done like 45%, I think, or so. I mean, we still would have been able to stall it out, but we'd be just at 50%, meaning enough like roost and fake outs and stuff like that. Fake outs, I mean, might have brought us down with crits enough, and if he had quick attack, he might have been able to make it a 5-0, because then I just go to Entei and I click E-Speed at that point. But I'm not sure. Anyway, good game to Miguel. I will link his channel in the description. We are now 4-0, still in first place with a plus 17 differential. Mega Altaria has 8 kills on the season now, and the 4 matches I've brought it, so it's averaging 2 kills a match, even though it just got 6. So that should tell you how its other season went. I mean, the season's gone for it so far. Stinks I didn't get to use my extra drill. I mean, I prepped so hard for that. I prepped, like, super prepped for that Stalin because I was almost positive that he was going to bring it to outspeed me, but I guess not. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Sorry for the phone call in the middle of it, but, you know, it happens. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, hit that like button and leave a comment on what is your favorite set in competitive. Mine is probably Sand Rush Excadrill. I'm loving it. That and D-Dance, Zard X, and King DDD Mega Altaria. It's just great. I love it. Hope you guys enjoyed.